Next up on WTV, how one program is adjusting, this week's edition of My Life As, and today's Sports Minute. WTV's Daily Update starts now. Hey there, Red Hawk Nation. Today is Wednesday, August 26th, and I'm Cooper Ragle with today's Daily Update, brought to you by Wingspan TV. Due to the reality of COVID-19, sports and fine arts have to find a way to practice while following rules and regulations. For Red Rhythm, it's a whole new world. WTV's Kate Graham has a story.
Social distancing and mask wearing is just one of the many things that the Red Rhythm dance team is doing to keep the practices safe for students due to COVID-19.
Red Rhythm is taking quite a bit of precautions. We're following all of our FIC protocol in regards to checking in and checking out of our practices. We're checking temperatures, and the girls have to turn in a QR code questionnaire that asks questions about COVID. We make sure that they sanitize their hands before they come into practice, and then they also sanitize before they leave. We encourage our girls to wear masks throughout the practice. And then we also have our dancers 10 feet apart, and they're in groups of 5, and then each group is 30 feet apart, and we maintain that spacing throughout the practice.
Senior Med Hawk Gupta feels that the team is doing the most they can during this unusual time.
I think we're definitely taking great safety measures. I think the Snow is really good about that. We're sanitizing as we come in, as we leave. Our cones are really far apart from each other, so I feel really safe.
Social distancing has changed how the team can set their formations, which is a big part of Red Rhythm's routines.
Our choreography is pretty much the same. However, the trouble with it is that we cannot travel as much. So we maintain the formation that we're in, which is basically like 2 lines of 8, and we hold that formation throughout the entire practice. And we do not let our groups intermix. So they just pretty much stay on their spot.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Kate Graham.
This week on My Life As, WTV takes a look into the life of Red Rhythm captain Abby Strader.
Practice has looked much different for Red Rhythm during the global pandemic. To start, obviously, we're all wearing masks, but then when we check in 5 small groups. So at about 6:20 in the morning, we all arrive, and then Miss Nodi, our director, will text us and tell us that she's ready for the next section, and then we social distance in a line while we fill out a Google form saying that we have clearance to dance and practice. Then we get our temperature checked, we sanitize our hands, and we go stand by our cone. These cones are about 10 feet apart to ensure proper social distancing, and it's just to help us keep in mind how far apart we need to be at all times, even when we're dancing. From there, we go into our regular practice. So we do a little bit of a warm-up, and then we will get right into the routine. A lot of times that looks like cleaning the routines or setting formations. So sometimes I will go up to the top of the band tower and just make sure that everyone's looking okay. And that is just about it. We have a lot of different things as far as protocol goes and how practice is set up, but the basics of what we do in practice as far as routines and everything go is still relatively normal, because it's super important that we maintain tradition and normalcy within the team, especially during a global pandemic such as this.
WTV's TJ Krylowitz interviews tennis coach Erica Dobson to see how tennis is gearing up for the season.
The last couple months have been a difficult situation for coaches trying to make adjustments in all areas of practice to make it safer for students.
Well, we've changed our warm-up. I would pretty much say we've probably made adjustments in all parts of practice, how we're going to play our matches, how our district is going to conduct the season. Just mostly making sure that we're keeping the kids safe and that we're doing all we can to make sure that the environment is as safe as possible for them.
We have to wear guards, which are they go around your neck and then over your nose. So we have to wear those when we're not playing. And then also we're practicing social distancing, so our coach is getting really strict on like if we're close to each other, if we're wearing masks.
These changes have affected the spirits that students usually have during tennis season.
Usually the kids do a lot of things that are more team oriented for team tennis. You know, we do big cheers, we line the fences and cheer on big matches, and just for safety precautions, we won't be doing some of those things the same way this year, obviously. And even as far as where even the parents will sit to watch, things like that. So I think that has been the biggest obstacle, just, getting the kids comfortable with knowing that'll be so different this year, even though we're so excited to still have a season. That part will definitely look much different.
Despite the setbacks in team morale, Redhawks team tennis finds ways to keep the morale up.
We've done a lot of fun games. We've also tried to get match play in, get the competitive side of them going. Since we're not necessarily playing matches against other teams yet, we're able to get more of a team competitiveness within ourselves, just to get them used to that.
Reporting for WTV, this is TJ Krylowitz.
If you're looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. And now for today's announcements. For any announcements, have your club sponsor email libertywingspanstaff@gmail.com. That's it for today's daily update. This is Cooper Ragle for Wingspan TV.